Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RRTG, otherwise known as the Random Road to Glory, the series where we build our team using no FIFA points and also no players from the top 9 nations or top 5 leagues, aside from our GOAT, Carl Jenkinson. Last time out, we finished up upgrading our new team, taking them into FUT champs and qualifying flawlessly. So safe to say expectations are rather high coming into this weekend. Along with that, a few of the chaps have a bit of extra pressure to deal with. They might have only been here 5 minutes, but no one spots safer in this team, especially with these new lads who have been gifted. I've seen you all in the comments, and I am well aware Future Stars has arrived, namely Ferreira and Torres. They're the only two we can actually use. But to be honest, I don't think they'll have it another way. They probably won't feature this weekend, but looking at these Evos, that'll be long before both of them find themselves in the starting 11. They are sensational. I think Torres takes the cake for me. His card is a joke, especially for a wide man. But Ferreira, he's certainly no slouch either. Can't wait to get these levelled up. Anyways, they can both find themselves a cosy little spot on the bench for now. For the time being, this is the team we will be taking into Weekend League. No changes from last episode, and rightly so. They were tearing it up. It is hoping they can keep that going into Game 1. So no wasting time, our second Weekend League. I said last episode that with our new squad, I finally felt as if I could compete. Time to see if that was total rubbish or not. Early doors and it was looking like I was true to my word though. Bear and Louis doing their best Chuckle Brothers impression, to me, to you, to me, to you. In the end, it's the big fella to hammer it home and take the lead. Wasn't long before the Mexican got himself on the score sheet though, and well, it was more than worth the wait. Take a bow, son. Gonna have to start calling him Mary Poppins at this rate, because who knows what he's gonna pull out the bag next. It is outrageous from Louis to double our tally. Don't want to give all the praise to the forward men though. Jenko doing himself a shift at centre half. Go on, get stuck in, son. He loves it. Defending like that, one goal would have probably been enough to get us over the line. But regardless, it's Hernandez to get himself a brace early in the second half before the Mexican secured himself the match ball just minutes later. 4-0, and it was a flying start to the weekend. Game 2, and we're feeling good. The new team, they're clicking. Would be a real test of what they were made of in this next one. No, Christ alive. This fella's keeping EA profitable if his team alone can have all the money in the world, though. You're not keeping this one out. It's O'Reilly to strike first, levers it down the middle to give us the lead. We kept him quiet for a lot of this one, to be fair to us. Second half, though, and that difference in quality finally shone through. Thought they had nerve Travellas. Clearly missed this one out in the patch notes. It's Sedan to bag the equaliser from the edge of the 18 yards before Puskas comes in with an identical finish to double his tally. You're not the only man with an outside of the foot finish in his locker though. 83rd minute, and it's Sergey to receive it on the pullback and keep this game alive. It's a match that was really lined up for a story of David versus Goliath heroics from the Jets. This one didn't end up like the fairy tale though, as it's George Best to kill us off in the final minute. A great goal, to be fair to the lad. Don't do me any favours though. 3-2. And despite the heartbreak, again, it was a performance you're not upset to hang your hat on. Hopefully we could convert that play into another win going into Game 3. Early doors though, and was looking like that would be a firm no, as is Harry Kane to wallop this one in from close range. It wasn't finished there though. Can tell this fella enjoys a power shot or two, can't ya? 2-0. Wasn't long before things went from bad to worse either, as it's Sedan to break the line and make it 3. We did manage to get one back just before the half, but the damage has been done by then. Game over. Let's see where that puts us. So, the usual way I like to do FUT champs is I'll give a round up of the first 15 games or so. Then the final few, when it's down to the wire, we'll go through each one together and see what we end up on. Not this time. I'm calling an emergency meeting because today, ladies and gentlemen, the wheels have completely and totally fallen off as we currently sit 4-4. To put things in perspective, we had 10 wins last week before we hit 4 losses. It's been nothing short of a disaster. We're not going to blow things up just yet. Still got over half our games to go, so we'll give the lads the weekend to try and turn it around, or at the very least keep things respectable. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't already looking ahead. And saying that, I think it's confirmed the fact that this man will certainly be involved next time around. Totally missed him when he came out earlier this week. Thank you, Kark, for letting me know. As it's Sebastian Quartes, ladies and gentlemen. 88 overall, 6'5", bruiser plus. I've essentially hired a bouncer to play centre half for me, to be honest. Similar to the Future Stars boys, he will not be featuring this weekend, but we've already got a few Liga Portugal boys, and I know you spotted that Torres Uruguay link. We can definitely make something work. Saying that, it would be the normal rabble to try and turn things around going into this next one. Try being a standout word, as we didn't even make it to the 4th bloody minute. Oh, it's going to be a long weekend. Fair play to the lads. They lasted a grand total of 11 minutes instead of 3 before the next one went in. At least we're improving. Even managed to outdo themselves. Got on the score sheet. Don't get too excited though. I mean, what are you meant to do conceding like this? It's an absolute car crash of a goal to put our deficit back to 2. We kept chugging away though. Bear getting on the end of a Louis cross to double our tally. We had goals in us. That weren't the issue. It was the defence where we couldn't catch a break. These lot were leaking more than the roof at Old Trafford. It was open season on our net. George Best on the end of this cutback to put us 2 down again. If we could just stop conceding for 5 bloody minutes, we might have a chance. Bear said, sod 5 though, I'll do it in 2. It's the big Canadian to go back to back, 56th and 58th. This fella must struggle to get through airport security because his right foot is a registered weapon. Don't get too ahead of yourself though. Although I'm complaining defence this, defence that. Some of the goals I'm conceding watching this back, more rebounds than an episode of Love Island. I suppose they all count. It's outrageous nonetheless. 5-4. And when your striker's walking over the match ball, you really shouldn't be losing. Regardless, nothing more we could do than try and win this next one. We're not going to get far if we keep conceding in the first 10 now, are we? It's another game, but an identical start as we go 1-0 down to this strike from Cruyff before it's a deflection to make it 2. Really can't catch a break, can we? Saying that, not all bad. On current trends, we actually start playing at 2-0 down. And this one, well, it wasn't any different. It's Louis to get us back into it just before the half. And just after it, he's still at it. Not pretty, but beggars can't be choosers. All square, but our little Mexican, he wasn't happy with just all square. He wanted the lead, and the lead he got in off the post to turn this one around. Celebrations were cut short though, as it's Hansen to go down the other end and cancel out all our hard work before his absolute heartbreak in the closing minutes. Finds himself a bit of space, and even at your inside post, you're not stopping that. It's Johan to rocket it top corner and send us home with nothing yet again. Game 3, and we are really staring down the barrel at this point. No choice but to start picking up points, otherwise it is really going to get out of hand. Someone might let my defence know that though. Way they're playing did not get the memo. It's genuine Groundhog Day as that is 2-0 down yet again. I don't know what to say anymore. What can you say? All I can hope for is our front men to bail us out. And as poor as we are down one end, I tell you what, we're not too shabby down the other. I call this the Uncle Ben's comeback. Why? Because it's done in 2 minutes. It's Louis to glide home this simple effort to get us back in it before the big fella puts us all lead and blasts it across the face of goal to bag his first of the game. 2-2, and if we could just keep things steady at the back, we might actually have a chance here. Managed to get to the half intact at least. Just enough time, in fact, for Sergej to have his say. The Serb's been quiet this weekend, but he decided to show up when we needed him the most. Wide open in the area, and he don't miss those. Finally have ourselves a lead. The way we're defending them, I need one more to be sure of things, and that's exactly what I got. Some great footwork from Louis, and there is no stopping that. 4-2, and we needed that win more than I need air. So, quick roundup. With those games, we sit 8 and 7. Unlike last week, we've got no chance at 14, but 11, if we can just get ourselves together a little, is more than doable. Saying that, I've made some changes in the team to make it happen. A few of the lads were getting on my last nerve. Bonu, he couldn't save a Word doc, let alone a football. I've seen double-deckers with tight turning circles than Mackenzie. And Bear? I think my nan's got a better grasp of the offside rule than this fella. It's a joke. Saying that, the only personnel change we've made is for O'Reilly. He's played his last football game for this club. In his place, old reliable Lajami. The reason for this? Formation. Goals, they're not the issue. Well, scoring them isn't, keeping them out is. So, to try and stop that, we're taking a page out of Jose's book. Allardyce, Sean Dyche, if you will. We're going to shithouse our way to the top. 4-2-2, back 6, all on stay back while attacking. Both attacking mids on comeback on defence. It might not be pretty, but if it gets the job done, I'm happy. So, final stretch. Could we salvage something from this weekend, or would it truly be one to forget? Start of this one, it looked like the latter. Genuinely, 3 minutes in. 3! If you don't laugh, you'll cry. His next goal, though, I might actually cry. It's a man I thought would never hurt us. It's Luis Hernandez to put us 2 down. I promise you, I am not showing you the same game for the 4th time. I genuinely concede 2 in the opening minutes of every game. Saying that, like clockwork, we do get one of our own, Louis, letting him know there's only room for one Hernandez on this pitch. Unlike usual, however, that is where the goals ended. We'd have to wait for the second half for them to resume, as it's Bobby Charlton to kick things back off again, blast it into the roof of our net to make it 3-1. Looking back, this match was more like a game of tennis than football. It's Bobby to score, then it's Bear with one down the other end, back down our end now. It's Louis to return his lead to 2. That's where he made his first mistake, though. Is Hernandez just doing a bit too much? Getting himself a brace, being a bit too loud. It was our Louis who had to put him in his place. Already got himself 1. How about we had 2 more to that tally? 83rd minute, 4-4. And maybe this was it. Might be late, but it may just be the game that finally turns our weekend around. Saying that, going into extra time, and it was Bonu to keep the dream alive for us. All the saves he should have made this weekend, he made a lot of them in these next 30 minutes of football. The man was unstoppable. It was role reversal as we couldn't get a thing going down the other end, meaning it would all come down to who could keep their bottle from the spot. First couple penalties were business as usual, but it's the man of the hour to put the first spanner in the works. Big save to deny George Best from 12 yards. At that point, it was back and forth, neither team blinking. But we had the upper hand. We held that trump card. I couldn't think of anyone cooler to cash it in. It's Sergey to slot it top bins, make it 5 from 5 from the spot, and give us the win that we desperately needed. Game 2, and some much needed respite in this one, as it's Louis to score, and that's all this fella could take. I totally understand. I'm not judging. If I'd have lost that last one, I'd have been right there with you. Regardless, a win's a win. We take it and run going into match 3. For the first time in a long time, we actually found ourselves with a bit of momentum. My internet decided to put a pin in that though, throws up right on his attack, and it's Wazza to put us a goal down. We weren't going to let a little hiccup like that hold us back though. We'd come too far, tried too hard for Virgin Media to stop us from getting 11 wins. It's some lovely passing on the edge of the box to find Louis a yard of space to draw us equal. He don't need any teammates for this next one though. Cheeky little 1-2 off the crossbar. I told you, we got to start calling him Mary Poppins. Who knows what he'll have for us next? One thing I do know is coming though, it's the Bear Torres driving down the line. This is 82 version, mind you. If this is a sign of things to come, we've got quite the player here. Squared it to the Canadian, and that is all she wrote. Another win, 3 on a bounce, and just a single game away from turning this weekend around. And picking up right where he left off, it's the Bear to give us collector's item in this one, an early lead. Can't remember last time we had one of those. He's not just a big toe though, got a bit of flair in those boots, sells the keeper 2 pints of milk and a dream before slotting this one in the back of the net. And then finally, to complete the great escape, it's the serial Serb, 22nd minute, finds the back of the net. And that is job done, ladies and gentlemen. So, all in all, we closed this weekend out at 11-7. Only 1 win difference to last weekend, but Christ, it did not feel like it. In the words of the great Neil Warnock, you got to die to get 3 points. And boy, did we do that. I feel like I've been to hell and back getting this one over the line. Regardless, it is done. And speaking of done, so are a lot of this starting 11. We'll wait for awards, but after that, there are some big changes coming. All of which will be revealed next episode. For now, that is us. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I hope you have a lovely day, whatever it is you are doing. And I hope to see you next time.